People to deal with on the farm, though I hate to be a self-hater, but the worst people to deal with on the farm were the Italians. The Italians were the absolute worst. And we didn't work with Italian people, but they shopped at my dad's fruit market, and they were the worst. They would come at like 5 to 9, just as you were about to close, and they would look at a teenager working at 5 to 9 and go, this is the person I'm going to take advantage of. It's almost to close, and they want to go home, they want to go see their friends. That's the one I go into the parking lot. And they pull in there, and they look around, they say, you got a peach for sale. Like, yeah, we have peaches for sale. You got a pomodoro, a tomato for sale. Like, yeah, we have tomatoes for sale. Yeah, pear for sale, it's nice. Can you take one piece from each basket? And make one with a mix? A little bit of peach, a little bit of pear, a little tomato. And then we charge them one price. I don't want to eat the whole peach of peaches. I don't want to eat the peaches. It's a tomato for me. I'm old. So you just want to get out of there, so you put everything in one basket, and then, like, I have no idea what to check. How much it costs for this stupid little basket of peas? This fruit's rotten. You can throw it out. You can give it to me for free if you want. I'd say, no, I'm not giving it to you for free. It's going to be like, I just throw a number out there that sounds cheap. I'd say $10. $10 for the whole basket. And it was like you shot them, you know, like, $10! My God, $10! It's filled with gold in the bottom? $10? Yeah, my God, Jesus Cristo! It's too much! This is how the Italian person thinks. The Italian person thinks, in their mind, they don't say it out loud, but in their mind they think, if he's willing to offer it to me for $10 right away, maybe I'm going to take a $5. Like the wheels are just turning, right? Maybe I can offer him a $2. And I've always kind of thought, I'm not that guy. Like, I'm not that Italian guy. Until recently. And I'll tell you what I mean. You guys heard of the Project Fruit Farm. Some of you heard of the Project Fruit Farm. It was a sitcom that we entered into an online contest and on CBC, and so many of you supported it, and totally appreciate you taught your parents how to use a computer so they can vote. I don't understand this website. And so we made it to the semifinals. We didn't make it to the final round, and so we thought, oh well, we tried, and we thought the project was dead. A couple of weeks later, we had Vicki Fagan, my good friend, who helped set up everything for that show. She got a call from a production company who said, well, hey, you know what? We'd like to hear more about Fruit Farm. They'd been on the website, and they'd seen the submission. They said, we think this is something we want to hear more about. So we go to Toronto. We're in the heart of the entertainment district. We go to this big fancy building, and I feel totally out of my league. Like totally, like my dad going into town council asking for a severance. Like just totally. Like why am I even here kind of thing, right? So I'm in this fancy, and Vicky's telling me, you know, what to expect. She says, you know, these meetings, there's a lot of meetings, and there's very little that usually comes out of them, so don't let that disappoint you. And she said, but go in there and be yourself and just tell them your story, okay? And so we went in there together, and, you know, Martin Short hangs around this studio, and it's a big deal. I feel nervous, my heart's pounding. So finally I sit down, and they just ask some questions, and I just let it all go. Like, 2 hours, I just went off on my father, right? Like, I just told them everything that happened, and they would stop, they'd say, that really happened? I go, yeah, he really made you do that? What? And I go, yeah, they're writing stuff down, they're like, wow. And I didn't know if it was for the show or for a lawsuit. Like, So we leave the meeting, and a day later, after Vicki had said, listen, don't be surprised if you don't hear anything, a day later, the phone rings, and they say, you know what? We'd like to make an offer on Fruit Farm. How about this? So we'll email it to you in a couple weeks. I got it early last week, and I get this offer on the computer, and it's confusing. It's 18 pages, and I don't understand it. It's like Schedule A, Option A, residuals, purchase option at the back, royalties on the front, something like stuff that and they had said, if you don't get it, just call us, right? So I called them, and I said, listen, I don't get it. I don't understand what you're offering. I don't understand what this means. He said, it's pretty simple. There's two paths you could take. You could take the run with us path, where we try and sell this thing together over a period of time, and we pay you this much here, and this much here, and this much here, and then if it hits it big, you have this much. The other option is we just buy it outright from you. We just have a purchase price, we buy it out from you, and you walk away. And I said, okay, what is that number? They said, that number is at the bottom of page 7, right? So I go to the bottom of page 7, and there's this number, right? And it's a bigger number than I thought it was going to be, right? I'm looking at it, I was like, wow, that's a big number. And all of a sudden, I turn into that guy in the parking lot. If they are willing to offer me this much, maybe they're going to pay this much.